Peace. $1.50. 2G, what it is. 2G's equal to 2,000. What it is being arrested. Sounds live. Peace. $1.50. Yo, that last broadcast, I'm gonna pluck a card, but I gotta make sure I see the joint correctly because the light in my eyes, I got a light on the joint and it's in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pluck a card. Ten of clubs, you know what I'm saying? The last joint I said two of spades, deuce of spades, and it was the deuce of club. And I seen it, I was like, oh, the light in my eyes, oh, 10 of clubs. 10 of clubs for everybody that still go to the clubs, whether they like it or not, you know what I mean? Club every night if you want to, 10 of clubs, all through the joint, peace, $1.50. Yeah, today's the big day of my delivery, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my delivery, and you know what I mean? It's gonna be a drone, and I gotta learn how to fly again, you know what I'm saying? It's like riding a bike. Once you learn, you never forget, you know what I'm saying? You know how to fly, you know the dynamics of flying, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. When you fly one time, cause I had the platinum, I had the all DJI drones. I never got a different drone from somewhere else and started flying. I never did that. I tried to get the other drone I had at first, but they never was priced the same. They was always like more expensive or something like that. So I never got the same drone. So now I'm just getting a drone that I never had before, but you know what I'm saying? It's not as expensive. It's somewhere in there, you know what I mean? Drones are expensive. Drones are expensive. You're talking about a few $100s, $1,000 easily. Drones are expensive. But you know, I'm not going to say what drone I'm getting until I actually get it. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, you know what I mean? I'm saying what drone I got already. You know what I mean? I'm not saying what drone it is. It's a fairly... The drone that I flew the last time, that was fire. You know what I mean? All through the joint at the Science Museum and all that. That drone was fire, you know what I'm saying? I like them type of drones because they, you know, you can move through the mainstream with them. When I move through the mainstream now, it's like, you know what I mean, where your drone at? Like, you know what I mean? We used to watch all that, you know what I mean? All that's real. You know what I mean? I got it, hold up, I got it. It's still on the joint, you know what I mean? I get it today, you know what I mean? Whatever the reason was, I tossed the joint, cause the Capitol Police walked up on me, right? They was like, what you doing with that on the property? And I was like, what you mean? It's mine, you know what I mean? So they was like, you can't have that on the property. We don't allow those joints, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, no problem. And it was the tiny joint, looked like a toy. So it was like, you know what I mean, this is a toy. Look, see, this is a toy. I didn't do that, but you know what I mean? That's the appearance it gives you, like it's so tiny, like it's not even that real. So I got it off, you know what I mean? I got the footage and everything. The footage and everything was all on the joint, you know what I mean? They didn't seize the joint and say I was on federal property, but it was the Capitol Police. So when I go back there, I just know not to fly over there. You know what I mean? They don't allow flying over there. For whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? It's the Capitol grounds. They don't allow flying over there. So when I go back, I just know not to fly. You know what I mean? I'm not going all out, you know what I mean? And they gonna be after me and all that. I just know when they got right near me, I tossed it. All that's important in real life because when they get near you like that, they thinking you're gonna come back and be diligently trying to fly. You may want to fly with the content that's present, but it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? I go through beefs with the police, grabbing me. You know what I mean? And it ain't worth it. You know what I mean? Because they they get to know you and all that. You know what I mean? It's never real. You know what I mean? It's just never real having beef with the police, Capitol Police, FBI, CIA. You know what I mean? They ain't worth it. They ain't worth it. You know what I mean? I've never been on an island. I'm not trying to go to the island. You know what I'm saying? They got warrants for my arrest out there. I'm not even trying to, have that. You know what I mean? I gotta try and get a lawyer before they come out with, some law that they can come out with, something from childhood and grab you. You know what I mean? They got all types of crimes, ways of giving you, sentences for crimes that you never even committed. Somebody grab you and you grab them back and they catch you grabbing them back and they say you committed a crime. It's so crazy with the nerve tester. Nerve tester, you get bust over the head. Boom! Give me your nerve tester. And you go and you grab them back and you get caught grabbing them back and they be like, we seen what you did. We seen what you did. Come with us. Like, hold up, they just grabbed the nerve tester, bust me over the head. We didn't see that. We saw you. I'll be like, oh man, you saw me. What'd you see me do? Cause you didn't see me grab them back. You see me, just arguing with them. You didn't see me grab them back. So that's how the police do. They show up at the most oddest times when you gotta get grabbed. That's how it is, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta, it's not worth it. CIA, FBI, police, Central Intelligence, all types of Capitol Police. Everybody be all on you, everywhere you go. It's not even worth it, you know what I'm saying? And I've never been to the island, and I'm not trying to go to the island because once you have a track record for not going on the island, you don't want to mess up your record, you know what I mean? I've been through other joints, you know what I mean? I've been through other joints. One time I was on the George Washington Bridge, the first president of the United States bridge. I was on the George Washington Bridge, traveling 55 miles per hour. I'm 55 years of age now. I was traveling the speed limit. I was a passenger in the car. A passenger. I wasn't even a driver. They took me to trial. Well, I took them to trial. We went to trial with it. I said, listen, I'm just a passenger. I don't know what's in the car. I said, nah, you know what's in the car. If you're in the car, because the driver jumped bail. The driver jumped bail. We got you. You going down. So I went down for the crime, 5 to 15. 5 up front, 5 years, and 10 on parole. Crazy. No way you going, get away from us. Crazy. Passenger in the car, driver jump bail, you guilty. You look guilty. That's what one of the jurors told him. You look guilty. I was like, I look guilty? Yo, this is a railroad system. This is not they railroaded me. They said I look guilty. Did something like that at trial, you know what I mean? Getting ready for trial. The juror said I look guilty. I was like, yo, this is not a just system, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up in the courts, you know what I mean? I'm actually related to the courts. Manhattan Supreme Courts, I used to read the cases all the time. And the way it was set up, nobody knew exactly what was real because I never said what was real. I maintained my confidentiality the entire time. Nobody never seen me reading the cases. I would read the cases, render a decision and everything. And wouldn't tell nobody, you know what I mean? It was just something I was doing. Yo, listen. After I got grabbed, I went to the law library, studied, took a trade for welding, took carpentry classes, made handcrafted chessboards with precision. I made a chessboard one time with interlocking pieces like this. The pieces were like this, and there wasn't no room in between the pieces. You didn't have to put no whole lot of glue to make it look like it was connected. I had to cut out each square so they would interlock like this. When they seen the chessboard out here, they was like, yeah, steal a chessboard. You know what I mean? Because it got redirected. But it's somewhere right now. It's somewhere because it was that type of chessboard. It's somewhere right now. I made a solid chessboard that was crazy. So anyway, I took a trade. I became a welder. I got my GED. I got my high school diploma. You know what I'm saying? I took the worst of the situation, being a passenger in the car, when the environment, that I was in. I was just in that place at the wrong time. That's what happened. I was in the wrong place, the right time for the police. And I took a trade. I went to school. I graduated. You know what I mean? I made chessboards. I bought computer chessboards. You know what I mean? I just did things a certain way. I worked out. I trained. I practiced. You know what I mean? I just was that person at that time. Now that I'm, disciplined like that, now, infinitely, I project the future. I project an infinity. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it like it just came easy. I do it with discipline that I obtained throughout the experience of my travels. I gained a discipline that nobody can take away. Redirect chessboards, redirect welding trade careers, later for all that. The discipline and determination that I obtained throughout my experience. That's what I got out of it. Now I'm talking to Infiniti. Infiniti, everything must go. Chessboards, everything. Everything. Precision is crazy. When I made the nerve tester was for a science fair project in elementary school. The nerve tester was a piece of speaker wire, going straight across a dresser drawer board, and one end of the board is a nail, and the other end of the board is a nail, and you have to take the wire. The bare wire, you have to take the wire and a wire wrapped around the wire and take the wire from one end to the other without touching the wire, or the light comes on. I had made that at like 7 or 8 years old. Take the wire from one, bare wire. All the wire was bare wire, no speaker wire with the plastic on it, nothing like that. Bare wire, regular wire, or just copper wire. Take the wire from one end to the other without touching the wire. And all the wires was hooked up to batteries, lights, and none of them had plastic on it. None of them. Crazy. I did it crazy. I didn't have all of the amenities. I did it crazy. And when I made the nerve tester, I took it to school, and then they said, you can't go to the science fair. We're just going to enter your project. You're not allowed to go to the science fair. I was like, oh man, I never even heard of discrimination. You know what I mean? It was white people, black people, Jamaicans, Haitians. It was people from all over in elementary school. I never even heard of discrimination. I mean, I heard of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all that, but it was like discrimination in the science department just didn't exist. I just didn't see it that far. I was coming from the sincerity of a kid in school doing a science project. So that same sincerity, that same authentic frame of mind was was a place in my heart that can't be moved. When these other people try and steal a nerve tester by busting me over the head and redirecting me to no end, they can't fill that void in my heart where I made that science project and it was based on not seeing white and black. I didn't see big and tall nationalities, Haitian, Jamaicans, Italians. I didn't see none of that. All I saw was I was making this project and, you know, it was from being a scientist. That's all I saw. I didn't see nothing else. It might have been a tunnel vision, but it wasn't a tunnel vision based on pursuing my interests in chemistry and science. When I got the Popular Science subscription, I used to see stealth fighter jets. I used to make paper airplanes fly with precision. I used to make paper airplanes with precision, like with nerve tester precision. I didn't look for the rewards at the time. I gained the discipline and the know-how, the experience of knowing how to fly a paper airplane with precision. I'll go to my window and take a paper airplane and throw it out the window and it would fly. That's who I was. My paper airplane would fly and not just hit the ground, fly. I was just that person, and I still am. When I deal with the level of information I deal with at Congress, Supreme Courts, the Justice Department, I fly the same way. You wonder where it's all coming from. I'm the same person I always been. Click on the link, donate. Let me pluck a card. Let me make sure, because the light in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? Deuce of diamonds. You see the light, you see that shade. Look how bright that light is. Deuce of diamonds, you know what I'm saying? I'm the same person. You know, I want you to understand, you know, where this is coming from. I'm not an alien, I'm not none of that. I've gained the discipline, I've gained the experience, I gained the understanding that, you know, people don't like you. I gained all that. People don't like you, they hate you. They don't like what I'm saying right now, but they listen to what I'm saying because it has a sincerity attached to it that you can't steal. You can't steal this. When you hear me, you just know it's real because nothing else is real. People don't like people, people shoot people, people kill people, people are just violent all the time. I have a Gideon Bible. I make sure my Gideon Bible represents who I am. I don't let the Gideon Bible define who I am. I make sure that the Gideon Bible represents who I am. When I make little notations in the Bible, I have an ultra fine pen and I'll circle the tiny words in the Bible. Like I'll see the word church, I'll circle church, circle it without touching the other words. No joke, I'll circle it. I'll see the letter O on God, and I'll put a dot on an ultra fine pen. No joke. I'll put a dot in the center of the O. If I make a mistake, I'll just turn the page and close the Bible. If I make a mistake, I'm like that. That's how I am. If I see the word church and I see the term the word, THEWORD, I'll circle the word. I'll circle church. I'll circle the Bible. And that's who I am. That's how I do it. This is the discipline I've obtained in time. Nobody can take it away. It's mine. And when I use that precision, nothing can change it. Nothing. Nikon, nerve tester, nothing. Nothing can take it away. It's a discipline that I've obtained. When I use that precision with that ultrafine pen, Sometimes I use a magnifying glass to circle those